In today's bang for your buck battle, we're taking your $620,000 housing budget and seeing what that looks like in San Diego, California versus Houston, Texas. Let the battle begin. Hey, my name's Anthony and I'm a former attorney turned real estate professional who helps people and families just like you relocate from one city to another, and because of that I've been nicknamed the Relocation King. And in today's bang for your buck battle, we are going to take a nice, healthy $620,000 budget and see how far that seemingly big budget goes in two different cities. $620,000 seems like a big budget, and it is. I mean, if you're gonna spend more than $500,000 on a house, you wanna make sure that you're getting your money's worth. But as you're going to see, depending on where you choose to relocate to, your budget may go a heck of a lot further in one area versus another. So let's jump straight into our first challenger today, and that is a suburb of San Diego, California, an area called Otay Mesa. Now, Otay Mesa is located about 20 miles from downtown San Diego. In fact, Otay Mesa houses one of the largest ports of entry from Mexico into the US in the entire country. So you're probably asking, why did we pick Otay Mesa instead of one of the other parts of San Diego? Well, the answer is real simple. Even with our healthy $620,000 budget, in the entire San Diego area, there were only two single-family homes available. One in Otay Mesa and one in another suburb called Chula Vista. And just in my opinion, today's challenger just happens to be the better house. Now, for our Houston, Texas challenger, I also chose a home in the suburbs in a place called Northgate Forest, also about 20 miles from the downtown area of Houston. So both challengers are pretty evenly matched when it comes to geographic proximity to the center of their big cities and should give us a pretty fair comparison. So enough talking about it, let's jump into round one, the stats on each house, the tail of the tape. So for our first challenger, our Otay Mesa home, we have the following stats. It is being offered for $625,000. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it comes in at 1,185 square feet and was built in 1988. That brings in its per square foot price to $527 per square foot, which is actually less than the San Diego area average of $640 per square foot. And for our second challenger, our Northgate Forest home in Houston, it is being offered for $619,999. It has 3 bedrooms and 3 1/4 baths, and it comes in at 3,398 square feet. And it was built in 2008. That brings in its per square foot price to $182 per square foot. And this one is actually above the Houston area average of $174 per square foot. So, just on paper, on the stats alone, it sure looks like our Houston home is winning by a landslide. But the battle isn't won on paper alone, so let's jump to round 2, the exterior and curb appeal. So, for our San Diego house, we can see that it has been very well maintained. There is a lot of grass in the front yard, and from the front, it really looks like a cute and charming home. And then, jumping into the back of the house, we can see that although really nicely done with the covered patio, the hardscape to turn it into a place where you can go out and entertain, barbecue, enjoy a relaxing evening, there's one glaring issue, and that is just that it is a small backyard. I mean, the lot size for this house is just 0.07 acres, which is roughly 3,000 square feet total for the lot. As a comparison, our Houston house, the house itself is almost 3,400 square feet of living space. That's just inside of the house. You could fit the entire lot of the Otay Mesa house into the interior of the Houston house. And even as nicely as they've done here, maximizing the space, there just isn't a lot of room back there. Now, for our Houston house, let's just start with that lot size. This house sits on more than double the square footage lot size. It is 0.18 acres. So alone, that is going to give you a lot more options. On top of that, it's 20 years newer. So you're gonna see a lot more current design elements, things like the stonework on the exterior, the portico style front entry, and there is a ton of grass in the front. But even more so, when you look at the backyard, where not only do they have a beautifully done covered patio area to barbecue and entertain and do all those things, but the house sits on a golf course. So even though your backyard ends, the grass doesn't. It just keeps going and going all the way in every direction. I mean, this house screams curb appeal. A place where you want to drive up to and spend time, not just inside, but on the outside as well. So I mean, look, just aesthetically speaking, looking from the outside of each home, you can see the huge differences even with the same exact budget. And for those reasons, I am going to have to give round 2 curb appeal again handily to our Houston house. But let's jump into round 3. And this is my favorite round, the kitchens. And in our San Diego house, you can see they did a tremendous job of updating and making this kitchen both beautiful and functional. I mean, look at that backsplash. It's absolutely gorgeous. You've got everything you need. It all looks like a designer came in and did it. It's just a really good all-around looking kitchen. The only takeaway is just the size. I mean, the house is about 1/3 of the size of our Houston house. So everything, including the kitchen, is going to have to be downsized. But it does get huge points for how nicely they've done with what they have to work with. Now, jumping over to our Houston house, you get a very similarly appointed kitchen with all of the upgrades and finishes that seem to be on par with our San Diego house. The big difference again is that because it has triple the square footage, you have room to expand and really take things to their natural progression. I mean, come on, they have 2 bar type eating areas in addition to where the table goes. And on top of that, you open up from the kitchen into this great room with its beautiful fireplace and open concept that allows you to see all of the living areas of the downstairs. Just all around, it's very well done. And because of that, the winner of this round was a tough decision to make. But that kitchen in the Otay Mesa house, I mean, look, it was very well done. But so is the one in the Houston house. But when you get that much more house, it's just a lot easier to do some of the things that you would want to do in a smaller house, but couldn't. And for that reason, round 3 is also going to have to go to our Houston contender. And at this point, it looks like our Houston house is running away with it. But hold on, there's a couple more rounds to go to see if our San Diego house can pull it out. But before we get to round 4, just remember this is a participatory game and we all want to see how you are judging the rounds. So make sure you're leaving your scorecard in the comments below and make sure to hit subscribe to get first watch of the next bang for your buck battles and all of my videos on relocating to a different city. But let's jump into round 4, the primary bedrooms and bathrooms. And in our San Diego house, the primary bedroom is an area that, well, it may need a little something to spruce it up a bit. I mean, it's pretty much just a bedroom with 4 walls. But there is, however, an ensuite on there that they did put some real effort into, and it looks great. They did a great job of giving the room some flair in here with the tile work in the shower, the glass doors. It is very nicely done. They also upgraded the second bathroom in the house on par with what they did in the primary. So they did a nice job in both bathrooms. Well done. Now, in our Houston home, with all of that extra square footage, you can see how much larger the primary bedroom is. And here you can see that they've chosen wood flooring versus carpeting, like in the Otay Mesa house, which is a super nice upgrade. And in the very generously sized ensuite, you can see they've put travertine tile everywhere in there, including even in the shower. They have it going from floor to ceiling, which is a super nice touch and makes it super easy to clean. There's also a pair of vanities, not together, but on either side of the room. Both of them with granite countertops to make getting ready easy. It's just a gorgeous all-around primary retreat. And again, I've got to give this round to our Houston home as well. But let's see if our San Diego home can put some points on the board in our next round, and that is round 5, the other notable features of the homes. And in our San Diego house, they've done some really nice upgrading in several parts of the house. The front yard is nice. There's a nice, comfortable area to lounge and spend some outside time in the backyard. On top of that, it is all location. You're close to San Diego to enjoy all that it has to offer, but you aren't in the thick of it as well. You're also close to the Mexico border, literally living in the same area as one of the busiest ports of entry. So if you need to be close to Mexico and you want to enjoy all that San Diego has to offer, this may be a great choice. And for our Houston home, this home also has some great features. The backyard is pretty amazing. The patio area is very well done. On top of that, it's in a gated community with a beautiful drive up, and the community, especially with some of those fountains, has a very resort-like feel. But the cherry on top is that the house sits on a golf course that extends your backyard and makes it look like a continuation of your property for acres in every direction. And for those reasons, and I'm so sorry, but I'm sorry, San Diego, but this one has to go to our Houston house as well. So where are we at? Well, our tail of the tape, our stats winner, overwhelmingly our Houston house. Our curb appeal winner, Houston. Kitchen winner, tight, but Houston. Primary bedroom winner, Houston. And our other notable features winner, guess who? Houston. And that makes it a clean sweep, a unanimous decision, at least from this judge, that our home in Northgate Falls in Houston, Texas is the runaway winner. Not that our Otay Mesa house in San Diego didn't put up a good fight, but it was just outmatched in almost every category. So my question to you is, can you see yourself living in one of these two challengers? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to hit that pretty picture of me that should be on screen now to subscribe and see the next battle that's coming up. I'm also putting up a couple of videos that I think you should check out. And of course, if you're looking to relocate in the next 9 to 90 days, anywhere in the country, make sure to get a hold of me and my team and get a proven champ in your corner. All you need to do is just go to therelocationking.com and let's talk. So that's it for today. The Relocation King out.